Good evening, SaaS creators. Welcome to another Friday video. My name is Rahul VP. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Dashrocket, the modern user onboarding platform for SaaS creators. In this video, I'm going to speak about how to introduce your software features effectively to a new user. In today's session, I'm trying to explain some common phenomena that happens to most of the SaaS providers in their early days. Coding too many features, launching too many features without researching the market need or without talking to the users to understand whether it's a much needed feature in the market or much needed product in the market. When launching, developers think this is going to be a massive idea and it's going to accept it widely in the market. But after some time, they launch it, they release the MVP without talking to the users, they launch the features. Sometimes it will not work and ends up and it's not being used by anyone in the market. So today's session, I'm trying to explain how to introduce and how to effectively showcase your software features to a new user. Let's dig into more. What is a software feature? Software features are generally considered as a major pillars of any software. Without software features or without features, it's very hard, or it's being considered as a pack of a pack of features are considered to be a whole. I would say the software. A feature is a unit of functionality of a software system that satisfies the requirement of a user, which means, to solve a particular problem, to obtain a particular value. So we want to get started with or get used with a certain features of a software. Importance of software features. So we all know a software features is called a functionality of a software, makes a user to perform certain actions, certain tasks to get started with any software. Without getting started with or without understanding each and every features, it's very hard for a user to obtain a certain value from a software. Even it's a small software without any too much functionalities, but or a software with too much need to be a power user to be a pro of the particular software. So let's say if adopted very well, software features could boost the premium action. I mean, a premium, a conversion rate. If you want to convert a software user or a trial user to a premium user, the prime importance you need to give is all user needs to understand each and every features and to get started with. If they get the value, if they want to get the value, they need to understand the software feature. Once they go the value, they tentatively move to from a free trial to a premium. So if you're unable to introduce, of course, each features quickly and easily to users, it's hard to retain them for a long period. What is feature death? So this is something a game over session. So you build too many amazing features, still most of the users are not going to, it's not being used frequently, but generally considered as a feature death. When you're launching a software, you think it in often product managers think their users need to be more features. They're continuously building more and more, that ends up with nobody is using anything. So it ends up with a feature blotting, so which we generally call it as. Let's say we think every time we think it in a perspective from a developer side or a business side. So we usually need to think it from other side, like how a user thinks, whether if I develop this particular feature, does this a user is going to, does this values to someone to solve a particular problem. So every time, so when a feature that is causing mainly due to without doing a much market research and without understanding whether the users is asking for this particular feature or not. So this is what we generally call as a feature death. We build a lot of one, like a 10-15 features, and ends up with only 1 or 2 is being used by the users, rest is not being used, and that's getting a lot of time. When building a new feature, it's require a lot of time. It require a lot of effort from the developer side. It need to be tested, so it require a lot of effort. So that's actually we generally call it as a feature death. How feature death is generally happening. Feature death describes how a software functionality is not being used for a long period. If it is a software, some feature death is common. as not all your software need to be, it's not mandatory that you build a 15 features and need to be every user need to use this 15 features. So according to their need, let's say if you build a CRM and maybe a few of the functionalities applicable to a particular use case or particular user, then that set of users will not use the rest of the feature that is not creating any such value to that particular user. So feature death is common, but obviously if it is happening for most of your features for a long period, obviously we just need to think about it and we just need to find out a solution to increase the feature adoption. Again, another common reason for the feature death is your users cannot unable to identify how to get started with your software. Let's say if you build 15 features and everything, even though everything is useful, that creating a lot of value to the user, but still if you're unable to showcase how to get started with a particular feature, how to get value from that, obviously that's going to be again to a software that generally is. Always better identifying the most valuable feature and positioning it accordingly instead of building a lot of features. That's a very, very important point. If you identified a very, let's say 2 or 3 features that generally creating a lot of value to a huge user base, that's going to be creating a lot of buzz instead of building a 10, 15, 20 features and that's not being used in the market. Why you should introduce features effectively? This is a $1 billion question. Features play a key role in overall software feature adoption. If you want to convert more users to the premium, you need to catalyze your feature adoption rate. Let's say if you are unable to introduce your software features very well, the software users signed up with your product is unable to perform certain action. Generally, they end up with not using your product, and at the end of the day, the user is not going to be a premium user. Here's a few tips to introduce your software features, to introduce your software features to not a 1% of the power user. There are users, they use everything, they learn everything without any external help. That we generally call it as a power user. But there is a category of users, like I would say the 99% of users laying on this category, it's not a power user. They need a proper a feature or text to get started with your software. Use a proper user onboarding method. It's always better to use a proper user onboarding method, whatever is suiting, even if it's a guided product tour, if it's a contextual guidance, even if it is let's say knowledge base, or even just a video, recorded video. So you need to select which is a most effective solution for your software users. Then you need to place it according on your software login portal or wherever the user is actually been spending a lot of time. So with well-structured user onboarding tool, you can offer an in-app product demo that helps the user to learn and do things themselves. So this is again connecting to the a free trial user to a premium conversion ratio. So this is very important. Let's say whenever you are launching a new feature or if you're launching a new product, announce is very popular. Let's say use your favorite methods to announce your new or existing features to the software users. It can be email, it can be let's say a notification, or it can be a possible any other method. Let's say you're making calls to tell the user that we launch this new features. Whatever the method you use it properly, announce it very well to keep, it might be you can, even before a feature launch, you can use a 3 to 4 emails to notify the user. It might be on a launching day, before the launching day, once you launch the feature, etc. Again, don't make too much features. So let's say that's again, I told it already, too many features will not help always. Do proper research even before making an MVP. Talk to users, understand whether it's a much needed feature or not. If it's creating a value, obviously you need to build that. If it is not creating the value to at least a minimum 100 users, you couldn't build that. So always think it from a user perspective rather than thinking from a developer mentality. So it's very important point that you need to think in how a user thinks. Then accordingly you build it, and that's definitely going to be accepted in the market. So thank you so much for watching this video. So for any clarification regarding the user onboarding on how Dashgoogle works, visit our website www.dashgoogle.com. For any query, reach out to me on rahul@dashgoogle.com.